Good morning, everybody. We're gonna conclude and continue the week of reviews. We're gonna conclude the Tonight's Night review series today with our look at a live album recorded during the opening of the Roxy Theater in Los Angeles, called Roxy Tonight's Night Live. In many cases, this was a warm-up show for the eventual Tonight's Night tour. And the album was recorded September 20th through the 22nd at the Roxy Theater in Los Angeles. The band, which was comprised of the remnants of Crazy Horse, which were Nils Lofgren, Ralph Moon, and Billy Talbot, and with the addition of Ben Keith on pedal steel. The band played 2 sets a night at the Roxy, and the sets were mainly comprised a live version of Tonight's Night in its entirety, although it was out of sequence, but they basically did a live version of the record. And although they did add a couple older numbers for the encore at the end, and one of those I think is on the record. It's a number that would later appear on Neil's album On the Beach, which we will be covering in a later video, a song called Walk On. And they also added Losing End, but only as a bonus track, which I believe is only available if you get the record as part of Neil's Archives box set volume 2. Or no, I think it's only an album-only bonus track. Graham Nash attended, and I think he did sing at all the shows, or at one of the shows, if not all of them. And I think he did sing on New Mama, as he did at CSNY's kind of mini reunion set at Winterland, also in 1973. I love every song on this record, but especially the version of Roll Another Number for the Road. It is probably one of my all-time favorite versions. Ben Keith's extended steel guitar solo is masterful. And I was super excited to get this record because it has a lot of songs from Tonight's Night that I hadn't heard done live, such as my favorites, Speaking Out. Although I had seen, when I saw Neil in 2008, he was doing a lot of rarities, and he did Speaking Out, so I was able to see a performance of that, albeit on the teleprompter, but that's another story, or Jumbotron, excuse me, but anyway, but I have several favorites on this record. As a matter of fact, the whole record is fantastic, and like I said, my absolute favorite is the version of Roll Another Number for the Road, because there is a masterful steel guitar solo by Ben Keith at the end. And the club was partly owned by Neil's manager, Elliot Roberts, and the other managers in the consortium, the other individuals in the consortium of owners included Elmer Valentine. And the way the Tonight's Night tour would run is that basically Neil would perform the whole record in its entirety and only do old songs for the encore. And some of the performances of Tonight's Night, the song, would be extended to like 36 minutes. And the tour itself was kind of rampant with alcohol use, and there was a lot of drug taking going on too. And some of the shows weren't, some of the audiences weren't, especially overseas, weren't as receptive to the Tonight's Night material. So the whole tour was kind of beset by difficulties, because I think, and I remember reading in one of my books about Neil, I think they were trying to exercise the grief over the deaths of Bruce Berry and Danny Whitten that had informed Tonight's Night. So I hope you really enjoy this record. Oh, and by the way, it was released on April 24th, 2019.